weapons have changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 3 and the Elusive Target Arcade. And today's arcade, the Trigetours. This is a 3-level arcade, and we are starting off in Colorado. So we have one target available to us, Mr. Foreman here. We have to uncover the military data, and our stipulation for this particular arcade is that we must not change our starting disguise. So quite a tricky one, this. So for today's challenge, we will be starting as a military technician undercover at the carpool, and the only item we will need to be bringing with us will be our silenced pistol, which technically we don't even need. So right from the start and off the bat, I'm going to put down this very difficult math equation here, and we are going to head directly for the farmhouse at the rear of the map, and that is where our target is located. He doesn't leave the building, so he's easy to find. He's actually up by where the hackers are. Now there's a little trick to this. Now normally I would go in and poison him, but as it has to be an accident kill according to Diana, we're going to make our way around to the rear of the farmhouse, and we're just going to wait for the opportune moment to enter in through the kitchen window you can see just ahead of us. So there is one of the hackers from downstairs. There are 2 patrolling guards around on our right, and it looks like we are just about ready. We're just going to crouch down and make a beeline for the kitchen window, and we're just going to jump straight in and hide behind the boxes here. We're just going to let this little conversation play out so that the hacker on the left will leave the area, and the guard on the right will turn back and face the monitors, and at that point we can then make our way into the server room just off to our right. So they're just discussing Ezra Berg and Sean Rose and the Heralds and, funnily enough, Arthur Edwards. So once they finish their conversation, the hacker will now turn around and leave. That is your cue, sir. This is a boring conversation. Get back to work. So everything is now in place. We're just going to make our way straight into the server room. We're going to turn off the server and then turn it back on again. And then we're going to hide behind the air conditioning units you can see just over in the corner here. Now what that has done is distracted one of the hackers from upstairs. There are 2 that you can see there, plus the patrolling guard. Our target is directly above us at this point. Now if we distract and remove both of the hackers, the guard will change his routine. He doesn't come downstairs, he just stays out on that landing for the most part, and it's difficult to get past. But as I said, if we remove both of these hackers, so when the first one comes down to investigate, we can just render him unconscious, hide him behind the air conditioning unit here, and then repeat for the second hacker. So the guard at this point will change his routine, and he will start to patrol on the stairs. He will come down and go into the bedroom at the far end of the entrance hall, or opposite to us, and our target will then go out onto the balcony. So there is the hacker coming down. The guard is just leaning out over the balcony as we speak. So once the hacker comes down, let the door close behind them before you render them unconscious, just in case. We also need to be very much aware of Maya Parvati and Sean Rose, because they do both frequent this building. Now, if your timing is such that it is close enough in proximity to mine, you shouldn't have to worry about them. But if you are a little bit slower, you may have to wait, especially Sean Rose out, who does make his way quite a way through the house. So once the second hacker has been disposed of, as you can see, the guard is now making his way down into the bedroom. And once he enters into that bedroom, we have just enough time to make our way up the stairs and out onto the balcony where our target is now located. We're going to throw him over the balcony and then immediately make our way into the hacker's room and retrieve the data from the laptop here. Try not to poison the glass, it would be a waste of good poison. So at this point, the patrolling guard will be making his way back upstairs, so we do have to wait him out. So I'm just keeping an eye out, using instinct very heavily, just making sure that Maya Pavati, Sean Rose, or our target's body are not going to be coming through the entrance hall as we make our way back downstairs. So once the guard returns to the bedroom, we are now free and clear to make our way straight back down the stairs. We're going to close that door quickly, through the server room and into the kitchen, where once again, using instinct, we're just going to make sure that the coast is clear. That looks good enough to me, so we're just going to jump out the window and make a beeline for the bridge exit. So there we go, level 1, quick and easy. You can even do this in your suit if you so wish, if you start at the bridge, but I'd like to be safe. I don't like to be trespassing too much. So level 1 taken care of, and let's move on now to level 2. So moving on to level 2, and this is set in Dubai, and this is probably the hardest of the 3 targets. Again, we cannot change our starting disguise, which is going to complicate things quite a lot. So for today's challenge, we will be starting in the atrium lobby. We're going to be bringing with us a lethal syringe and some coins, and no gun today, as the first thing we will be encountering will be a frisk, which also complicates things quite considerably. So right from the start and off the bat, the first thing we're going to do is get frisked by this gentleman just here. And I should point out, at this point I fail this mission, but I am going to show you how possibly you could achieve a victory in this, or success. So once we're through the frisk, we're going to run up the stairs around to our left. We're going to climb up the vine just in the corner here, and this will bring us outside the security office. We're not trespassing, so we're free to just roam around, and we're going to make our way to the VIP lounge area here, and we're going to proceed to take out all 3 of the guards in this area using our coins. So we're just going to throw a coin against the wall. That will get the attention of our first guard, and when he comes in to investigate, we can then render him unconscious, collect up his gun, deposit him in the closet provided, and then rinse and repeat 2 more times, although the closet will only hold 2. But we'll just hide the 3rd body in this particular area, and then we have a bit of a wait around. So guard number 2 is on his way. Now that he is a patrolling guard, so it's ideal to get him as early as possible so that he doesn't spot us while he's moving around taking out his colleagues. So 2 down, 1 more to go. Again, just grab his gun, rinse and repeat for the final time, and this will bring in the guard from around the corner, and he will come in to investigate, and at about this point our target has just arrived in the VIP lounge with her mark. She is also a assassin of sorts, and they're gonna engage in a lengthy conversation before she leaves for a short while and then returns. So once the guard is unconscious, we're just going to hide him nice and close to the wall here, and down in the VIP lounge you can see in the purple trousers there our target along with her target. So at this point what we're going to do is just wait, and when she returns from her little trip to the bathroom, she will invite her mark up to the penthouse, and they are going to come up this way past the security office, and we are going to have a coin trap in place for her. Now this area is also frequented by this gentleman, so we are going to slow his progress down. We want him not to be in this area when we eliminate our target. We're just going to keep bumping into him, slowing him down as much as possible until he gets to the stairs. Our target should now be excusing herself and heading off to the bathroom. There she goes. And when she returns, she will then invite our target upstairs. So once she has returned and invited the target up the stairs, we're going to place a coin here. Place a coin just to the right of where I've dropped that second one, and then place our third coin in clear view on the stairs. Make our way down into the crowds and use the crowd for cover, because our target is a super enforcer. She sees through pretty much every disguise, not that we're allowed to change disguise anyway. So once she passes us, we want to start bumping into her mark. We need to slow him down as much as possible until our target has spotted and moved in for the second coin. So we need to slow him down as much as we can. This should be enough about now, so we're going to select our lethal syringe, and this is where it's all going to go horribly wrong. So once our target moves away from the stairs, we can then bolt up the stairs, jab her with a needle, and we are spotted from around the corner by the gentleman at the bottom of the stairs. Not even the mark who was halfway up the stairs. He saw nothing. But unfortunately the gentleman we bumped into earlier was returning and is able to see through walls. And that got us killed. So moving on to what would have been level 3, and I'm just going to use the main mission set in Paris. We're going to start undercover in the audio-visual department. We're going to bring with us some coins, and as always my silence pistol. Now level 3 is relatively quick and very easy, so we're going to substitute our elusive target for somebody else, but the exact same procedure will work on the elusive target. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to head down the stairs to the first floor here. So straight down 2 flights of stairs, and at the bottom we're going to hang a quick left where we will locate a screwdriver. We're going to grab that screwdriver and then make our way around and through the Iago auction entrance, and we're going this way to avoid a couple of enforcers, and we're going to run down the side of the palace here to the outside bar, where we will encounter a puddle on the floor with a plug socket. We're going to make sure we turn off the plug socket's electricity before sabotaging the plug socket. We're then going to proceed to drop a coin in the middle of the puddle. You can't place it, you can only drop it there. And then we're going to turn the power back on. And in a few moments our target and his escort will make their way out of the inner bar area through this door, and his escort does follow him quite closely, so we need to bump into her a couple of times just to slow her down a little bit, and the target will then proceed to spot the coin and electrocute himself. Something like this, except we're using the photographer as a substitute. So a very, very quick and easy silent assassin for this one. And once our target has been eliminated, all we have to do is run for the nearest exit, which will be the car park exit here. I believe there are 2 exits where there are car parks. This is the nearest. So that will get you the 3rd and final level of this particular arcade. Now, unfortunately for me, I am too frustrated at the 2nd level to redo it, as that woman was extremely difficult to figure out how to get to. Hopefully this has been a little bit helpful to you. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.